Burn live, y'all. Marijuana keeping y'all connected. Hashtagging these red eyes, changing the viewers. I read keeping underage smoking. Keeping underage smoking on social media. Killing myself for your entertainment. Sitting here with friends and family, starting a cannabisation. What up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another Burn Live show. I just had a small audience up in here. They left. They said I took too long to start in. I have a long intro, ladies and gentlemen, because I had to share out my content. I have not made it up in my mind to lead it up to you, to everybody out there, to do what they got to do to share my content. So the first, probably like 5 minutes, I'm sharing out my content. But other than that, y'all, Burn Live, welcome to another Burn Live show. We marijuana keeping you connected. Like I said, shout out to X, Instagram, YouTube, and Bookface. These are my hosts for today. Shout out to everybody that's up in here. Yeah, this is how we doing it. This is how we doing it. I appreciate it. Today, I went live earlier. I had a pretty good show. I wasn't able to shout out as much as I did today, but I had a pretty good live show. I thought it was pretty good. I was on for maybe about an hour and a half, like I normally do. Maybe a little short. Some people have shorter videos, shorter live streams than that. But if you like it, go back, go look over it. Before I came live today, I seen this video, and it happened out here in Las Vegas. It was in court. Now, I have seen a lot of people jumping over at judges. I've seen it multiple times. It's nothing new. You know what I'm saying? But this particular one, only reason I say it was new to me because I personally did not know everything that was going on. But yet again, I'm gonna leave it up here like this. I think this is a very big, very, very good beginning. Ladies and gentlemen, when I sing, oh shit, I stopped sharing. But when I sing this, oh, I didn't stop sharing. I had to put it down. When I sing this, which side is on, I think it's on that side. This video, I was like, what am I getting myself into? I promise you, when I seen this, I was like, what am I getting myself into? And sure enough, this happened in Las Vegas, y'all. It was worth every inch. So that's why I'm putting it on the big screen for once. I'm putting it on the big screen so you guys can see where I am coming from. And, oh, yes, it's going down. I think I'm just play it all the way through the first time. And then I'm going to go back over it and talk about it. Because there are some things that I was pointing out to myself that I was like, okay, I just rather talk about it and break it down.
I appreciate that.
And here it goes.
A taste of something else because.
What does she mean by that?
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
Oh yes, it goes down. You see that car still on him? Look at my homeboy in the back. Look at my white boy in the back. Look at my white boy in the back. Ah! You're good. Stop. Don't do this. Don't do. That's the lawyer. You know for a fact that is the lawyer. You hear the family in the background. Why did you do this? Hey, can you radio somebody? Then you're gonna hear the alarm going off.
Where's Mary Kay? She's right here. She's right here. She's right here.
Did y'all hear what the girl said in the background? You're gonna get the death penalty. What the fuck is wrong with you? Not laughing at the situation. I'm laughing more at her because she was on point about what she said. I'm gonna see if I can rewind that just a little bit so y'all can hear that part again.
Stay down. Get on the ground.
Is she talking?
Yeah, right. Oh, shit! I got you. Get him. I got you. Can I get a food sergeant? The 3 friends. Yeah. Oh, get him to where he needs to be. Yeah, go ahead.
Whoever that is finna get a taste of his own medicine too. Now, y'all seen a lot of it. It's not too much to show. Let me see. It's not too much to show. They're gonna show the courtroom. They're not gonna show the man at all. I don't think they show the judge anymore. Hey, this boy was throwing hands. This man was throwing hands. Do they show the judge? See, they don't even show her. For real. There she is. There she is. There she is. But nothing is better than the first 5 minutes when you come into this show and you see what's going on. Point blank, period. Something about suspended. This is our man right here. And I'm mad that my boy's in a Biggie outfit acting a donkey. I'm upset my boy's in a Biggie outfit acting a donkey. Yes, I have a problem with that. I have a problem. If you don't have a problem with that, then I understand. But dog, check it out. Now you see his lawyer. You see the.
I appreciate that, but
I think that's the Clerk County
I just can't with that history.
Court.
In accordance with the laws of the state of Nevada, this court.
They would never let me pause it in time. She heard. Now, I think that's one good point. That's a good point right there. Okay. Watch this, y'all. Watch this.
I appreciate that, but I think it's time that he gets a taste of something else because I just can't with that history. In accordance with the laws.
Now, I'm finna count the seconds. The 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi. After he talks, because you know once he talks, you know he's finna attack. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi. Hey! I think a quarterback only has 3 seconds to get off a pass before he is sacked in the NFL. If I'm not mistaken, the NFL only has 3 seconds to get off a sack before they is sacked. And please, everybody that's in here now, I want y'all to stay a little bit longer because I'm finna get into some sports analysis a little bit later down the road with an article that was brought to my attention. I think to some of you sports fans will enjoy. But yet again, it takes 3 seconds. She looked up, she looked at him, she made eye contact with him, and the late response of her trying to move. Give it to the white boy because the white boy was I don't care what nobody say. That white boy was the first person to jump out there and do what he felt that was needed to do. Okay? Flat out, man. Give it up to the boy. If you're not going to give it up to him, you is probably the one that wanted him to beat the judge's ass. I'm just keeping it real. If you're not giving it up to that man that came to the rescue of that judge, you wanted him to beat her up. Which, hey, it is what it is. Notice, and you see the date at the bottom. I thought I was tripping. I was hoping this was last year, but you see the date, 1/3. This happened. This happened today. Now, the same person that I commended for jumping in, these punches must not have been doing nothing. Nothing. You see the boy in the background. If you punching somebody, you know your punch is not doing nothing. What's up? Hey, another thing I want to point out. This is the part I want to point out. The heavy breathing and the emphasis that the cop is putting into lashing the homie. I know this is wrong. I know that y'all gonna say this is senseless. Well, how can you watch this? Hey, I didn't do this. This happened today. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. That's the only reason why I'm talking about it, because it's already in the beginning of the year and we're having some of the most incredible actions to ever go down. I can't believe it's going down. I know some of y'all, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into it. Y'all say I think y'all seen it. I think y'all seen enough. Y'all seen enough. If you not putting a rush into your punches, what are you doing? What are you doing? What the fuck is you fighting for? Huh? Did he do a good job? Is the fight real? Is the struggle real? Was that justifiable? Anybody want to blame the cop? Like, dude, you was punching on him. He wasn't. Whatever. Huh? If some of that which I seen was a little bit over exaggerated, was a little too much, is it a little bit too early to say this is how we gonna start off the year? If we starting off the year like this, we got earthquake, pilot, 2 plane crashes, fights, shootouts. I also had a shootout yesterday out here. What is going on, man? What do y'all want? America. Potheads, America, blacks, whites, Asians, Africans. I don't care how you are or what you are. What do you want? What do we want? Am I missing something? What do you want? Is there anything to explain to us? What do you want so we can stop some of the violence? Some of the violence. Maybe not all. Some. We seeing this happen every day, all day, every day, all day, every day. Look at the boy leap. The boy leaped like he was jumping over the field goal for a touchdown. The boy was leaping like the police was still behind him, chasing him. Ooh. And like I said, my white boy who came to the rescue and tried to get him above her first, the punches. The punches right there let you know that your punches is not working and not effective. Come on, man. But yet again, my question is, what does it take? What do we want? What do we need to say that something is okay, something's justifiable? Yes, I turn it down. Yes, it's on mute, y'all. I didn't think y'all want to keep hearing it. Y'all say stuff like this is outrageous. A lot of y'all say y'all wouldn't condone this. Oh man, I don't condone that. But what if that was you in those predicament? What if a judge that you felt should have gave you a couple of years was trying to give you 10, 20 years? What if a judge was sentencing something to you that you knew was unlawfully? What about all those people who claim that they got 20 years? I seen a report. All those people who got 20 years, 15 to 20 years. I seen a report, 15, 20 years for claiming that they had smoked some weed. They were smoking a little bit of marijuana. It was just a little bit of bud. What about them? You think people in those type of predicaments should have the right to at least... How can you fight for yourself? How can you fight for your rights? How can you stand up for yourself if you let stuff like this get away? I'm just saying, what am I missing from scenario? And then you get a lot of these podcasts, a lot of these news people, the Breakfast Club, calling them out too. I'm gonna start calling out people. Fuck this. Start calling you guys out. It seems like only time y'all pay attention to something matters is if it's getting called out to the most extreme. Like what Charleston White said, when he was up there and going to courts like this, when he was going to court and he was sitting in that back row, he was protesting, he was protesting for nonviolence and getting gang members off the street because they were terrorizing the neighborhood. And ladies and gentlemen, y'all know about people terrorizing neighborhoods. Maybe it's not like the 60s and the 70s and the 80s where you had people terrorizing neighborhoods. Maybe it's not like that. But I got a video. I'm not going to show it because it's not really, the video part is not important. What important part is, I got people that buying property in neighborhoods and you still have shootouts. I got friends and family that have started businesses, ran businesses, or running businesses, and they don't want to get robbed. They don't want to get theft. They don't want to deal with somebody like this video and have to deal with somebody like that. Now, yes, he shouldn't get out. There's a lady in there like, he's going to get the death penalty. Well, what do you expect? He did a crime. He was finna serve his time. And now the guy is finna get a longer time. But yet again, y'all be like the judge was wrong and the system ain't fair and stuff like that. And if y'all tell me, I'm glad nobody in my podcast to sit up here and say that the system is wrong and stuff like that. So happy. Because y'all know stuff like that is what we call false narrative. It's false narrative. Now, some of the people I wish that would stayed up in here, I had two people I really, really, really wanted to stay up in here. Hold on. I'm finna get into some sport. Who y'all think running the sports industry? Is it football, basketball, baseball, soccer? Who is running the sports industry? A lot of people sitting up here trying to get advertisements and stuff like that. I'm starting to see see the world for what it is, see the business for what it is, and how everything's structurally ran. And You can like it, yes or no. It's really up to you. But who's running the sports industry? Who you think is making more? Who you think made more money on Christmas? Football or basketball? Who sell more seats? Basketball, football, or baseball? Y'all, to be honest with y'all, soccer is coming along on this on every event that I'm talking about right now. Soccer is slowly taking over. Okay? Slowly taking over. Now, I seen this podcast, and I'm finna bring it up in a second. I seen this podcast, and some statistics and some numbers and some things shocked the fudge out of me. The numbers and everything shocked the fudge out of me. Okay? Doo-doo-doo. Also had a female, first time actually having a female talk about the problems with the WNBA. I was shocked. And some of the things that she said is things that I be talking about. Things that I be talking about. Things that I be like, man, I want to see some women. And then she said her friends be feeling the same way too. Now, it's amazing when your female feel the same way. But check this article. Check this out. This is what I call articles now. Because this comes with statistics.
So I post a tweet this year. I want to talk about some of the numbers on NFL against the NBA, how the NBA is getting destroyed. So I posted this. I'm glad you have it, Rob. Perfect. So I get this from this one website. I want to give these guys proper love because they're actually classy guys, and they reached out to me, and I simply reshared whatever was in the score. I'll give it to them here in a minute. They're somewhere there. Numbers don't lie. The current NBA regular season product absolutely sucks. NFL gets more viewers in one game than NBA gets in 5 games combined. Vinny, ready? Times 2.
Anybody, that is one hell of a statistic. Oh, we just muted it, so we didn't pause it. Okay.
2022 Christmas Day games was 21.9 million. That's the average, Vinny.
29.9 people view a football game during Christmas compared to 4 million people only visit and view the basketball game. I said a long time ago NBA was going downhill. I literally watched the NBA games this year for what? The playoff tournament alone. That's the only games I watched. The playoff tournament was only on Tuesdays and Fridays. I tuned into those games because those games matters. Those games has something behind them that meant something. And I believe that's why these numbers look like that, because 17 games, every game counts in the NFL. 17 games, you know what I'm saying? You're in to the end. You're in until somebody says that your team is eliminated. And then you still watch, hopefully, that the team that you don't like get kicked out and stuff like that. So it's a highly invested game. As you see the numbers of what they make in revenue, I'm going to let them keep going, though, because it's still intriguing.
The average of NBA game on Christmas Day was 4.3 million. By the way, during Michael, that used to be 8.8 million, okay?
Doubled.
But it is what it is. So let's go past this, Rob. Then go to the story. Check this out with numbers. George Karl decides to respond back to me, okay? And he retweets, and if you don't know who George Karl is, he's got 1,175 wins in the
coach
NBA.
Of the Seattle Supersonics. He's also Denver. This guy's been around the block.
No question about it. Rob, let's go back to the story. He retweeted it. Not there. You were at the right place. Yeah, so right there. So here's a couple other stats from George Karl, the coach. By the way, as an MLB owner, your product sucks worse than any major sport. 450 million basketball play basketball around the world, and the number's skyrocketing while 5 million people around the world play football, and that number's plummeting. Numbers don't lie. So numbers don't lie. The current, okay, so then I responded back to him as well. They can go a little lower. There's more exchange. But let me show the numbers. Go up, Robert, right there. All right, watch this, guys. This is Christmas Day. NFL decides to start having Christmas Day games.
Beautiful.
Look at that. Raiders, Chiefs, 29.17 million.
Damn.
Giants, Eagles, 29.02. I thought Ravens, 49ers would have been the most.
3 games compared to 5 games. 3 games compared to 5 games. And the numbers don't even come close. When I say, like I say, ladies and gentlemen, when I seen this statistic, it blew my mind. I was shocked. I was just like, whoa. I did not know. It was shocking. But educating.
27.23 million. Look at the NBA games on Christmas Day. Bucks, Knicks, 2.5 million. Warriors, Nuggets, 4.1 million. Celtics, Lakers, Vinny, Christmas Day.
5 million, that's it.
76ers, Heat, only 1.3 million. And Mavs, Sun, you're talking about Luka against Booker, against, Durant. 1.5 million people. You combine all the NBA games together times 2, it still doesn't beat an NFL game.
One game.
Now,
The Heat are the defending conference champion, Jimmy Buckets, right?
nobody cared. Now keep going lower. Now watch this.
Jimmy didn't even play that
So it
game.
gets worse. It gets worse when I'm comparing those. So another guy responds back and he says, "That's not fair because the NBA plays 82 regular game seasons and the NFL only plays 17." I said, "No problem. Let's do that. If the NBA averages 4.3 million views per game in the regular season, the NFL averages 21.9. 82 times 4.3 equals 352 million views. The NFL only plays 17. 17 times 21.9 equals what? 372 million people. George Karl, being the fact that he's a basketball guy, I told Coach Karl, that's like a basketball player taking only 17 shots, scoring more points than the other guy that took 82 shots. Pretty embarrassing. Go a little lower, okay, when it comes down to the dollars. Keep going. When it comes down to dollars, I think it's a little bit above that with the dollars, okay? Here's a revenue. 2022, NFL took in $17 billion revenue. MLB, the boring sports that he's talking about, $10.5 billion. NBA took $9.6 billion. And MLS, that's a small little product that's coming up. It's at $1.5 billion. NHL's at $4.9 billion. He asks,
Yet again, I want to alliterate. Major League Soccer is on its way to inclining. Major League Soccer took another contract out with FIFA because they tried to get a FIFA contract, and FIFA put in a contract that everybody in the United States of America that gets a team has to get a brand new outdoor up-to-date stadium. And best believe when you get these stadiums, people are coming to these beautiful ass stadium, 2,200. I think the most you can fit in the stadium is like 30,000. Okay. NBA stadium, NFL stadium is what, 55,000. 55,000. NBA stadium is what, 33. Now Major League Baseball has been taking cuts. They used to be like, they used to have some of the biggest stadiums. Then they cut down. Now I think a Major League Baseball stadium is average for the biggest stadium is around like 46,000. 46,000 people. Okay. So you look at these statistics and you be like, okay, Michael, so what? PBD podcast, so what? The thing is, what's crazy is the EBA has way more faces. There's way more names that you can name in the EBA game over than a regular basketball game. So when you see stuff like that, yes, these numbers shock us because you be like, how can this happen? How can this happen? How can this be like this? How can you let something like this go down when you know the situation. You just like, man, all of us, all these names that we know, all these names, you know this name. How many names you know in the NBA compared to the NFL? That's when you look at stuff like that, be like, it doesn't make sense. No, it don't make sense. It's hard to see statistics like this and make it make sense when you have things like this go down. I'm totally with it. I'm totally with y'all on this. Totally.
I explain why I think this is happening. Number one, every league has to decide who its number one customers. I think in the NBA, the number one customer is the player. They've shit on the customers. They've shit on fans. They've shit on clients that wanted that father that can only spend $600 a year to go to a game to watch LeBron play. He's probably taking a day off that day. That father that wants to take his kid that he can only afford to go watch one game, that guy's not going to play 82 games a season. Are you out of your mind? Zion takes every other game off and is getting paid the kind of money that he's getting paid. Number two, the NBA contracts protect players more than owners. And last but not least, point number three, Rob, if you want to go to number three, if it's still there or not, the NBA went woke during COVID and became a 100% political organization. Once it happened, you know what happened to their viewership last 10 years? They lost 50% of their viewership the last 10 years. Do you know what is the most viewed finals game of all time? Michael Jordan, 1998 against the Utah Jazz. 38 million
Was it
people
game
watched.
6 when he had the flu?
Yeah, when he pushed off, what was his
30,
name? And
yeah,
shot it.
Russell. 36, 37, 38 million people. You know how many people watched the last finals game? Game 5 or game 6? 12 million people, 13 million people. The NBA product is dead as of today. So now, sports, business, all that stuff. Tom, I'm going to go to you first. Then I'm going to go to you. Your thoughts on what's called.
Before they get off into that, because I think, well, for factually, nobody says it better than Patrick Bet-Davis of what ruined basketball. I said this before I even heard us on Patrick Bet-Davis, so let me alliterate for myself when I say the things that messed up the NBA was COVID. COVID-19, the bubble, was the number one reason of their downfall. There are professionals that stopped watching the NBA. Okay? I promise you that, for one. Let's go there. Second of all, when you have the sponsor of your company who gets into political talks, who don't know what the devil they're talking about, that ruins the brand too. Okay? What's his name? Phil Jackson has, let me see, what, 9 championships? Phil Jackson, 9 championships. 9. 6 with the Bulls and 5 with the Lakers. I do believe so. 6 because of Michael Jordan. And then he won 3 with Shaq. Then he won 2 with Kobe. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, this man got 9 rings. Do you best believe this man has said, guess what he said? Guess what he said, y'all. He does not watch the NBA. He does not watch the league he dominated in. Why don't Phil Jackson, the most dominant coach in NBA history, a person whose face should be owning a team or doing, he should be somewhere with the NBA. You should be sitting down with Phil Jackson getting all the juicy stories about Michael, about Kobe, about Shaq. Those are all the juicy stories right there that you're missing out on because he doesn't like the NBA because he didn't like what the bubble was promoting. Because the NBA went political, the NBA showed its true colors, and some people that didn't agree with it stopped watching. Now, check this out. I want to go deeper into that. The people that disagree with the NBA, like for me, myself, and I stopped watching the NBA, the bubble, and a year after. It took a while for me to come back to really watching the NBA. It really took this tournament right here that you just had for me to start watching the NBA. Real shit. But guess what we did? We stopped watching the sport. Let that would have been reversed. Let y'all would have had Trump supporting mega hats everywhere, all over the NBA floor. Y'all would have boycotted, and NBA would have been talking about how they finna close. You think I'm playing? Okay. People think I'm playing. I know y'all know I'm not playing. It's so many people at that time when that was going on. If you said that man's name, you would have been punched in the street. There's a guy today who told me to my face, I cannot go in no hoods, nowhere, and say Trump name without getting punched in the face. Getting beat up, damn near killed. But yet again, we did like what we did here in sports or the news or anywhere. We just stop watching. No. Not gonna get mad, not gonna try to protest, not gonna stop you from making your money. But NBA did it, and no backlash. It's just a slowly meltdown of letting your competition get the best of you. NFL surpasses you. Got a great big league. They're making 3-4 times as more money as you. And here you're going to say, well, the NFL had more, whatever. No, I don't want to hear that. Now, Major League Baseball is a roller coaster ride because of all of the games and whatever. And it always takes a good hero in baseball to bring the fans back to baseball, and then baseball will pick up. Baseball just is working out their kinks now, and then they'll start making revenue, just like any other team, just like any other baseball going on out there. So stop playing. But then you got basketball. And I understand basketball is working on NBA contracts. They're working on making friends with people across seas, the Chinese people, and that's good or bad. Take it how you want to take it, do how you want to do it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the one to sit up here and say, who are you? I'm not that person. I'm not the one. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But yet again, the sport, the something that we love, the thing that we fight for, the thing that we like, hey, I want you to play this, is getting scrutinized. So that's the NBA. That's the NBA. They got that problem. The NBA don't just have that problem. The NBA has another problem too, and it's called
90% of
the WNBA. Now you're making money, you're making revenue, but then you got to take partial of your money and you got to send it to the WNBA, a whole nother league. That's, from what I'm hearing, ain't making no money. Now, I'm trying to cut to the part to where she is actually talking. Because I have not heard not too many women defend or criticize the WNBA. I haven't. Have you? Have any of y'all? I haven't. So when I did, I found this person right here, and she let some people talk, and then she had her words, and I was like, ooh, okay, I'm feeling what she's saying, you know? I'm really digging what she's saying. I was kind of shocked because at first I just thought she was there for looks and stuff like that. So I'm gonna let this video play a little bit and let her put in her points, and I'm like, do y'all agree or disagree of why the WNBA is struggling? And yet again, if the WNBA is struggling, the NBA is struggling.
In the country. But the simple truth is, in the North Pole in the middle of winter, people don't want ice cream. And one of these sad realities for this league is, over their 25 plus year history, they've only gotten less popular with more promotion. And one big elephant in the room no one wants to talk about is women themselves don't watch this league.
So again, she's saying that it's because people don't have access to it. People don't know where to find it. People aren't looking for it. Sis, just be, why do they lie to themselves? Why are they lying to us as though we don't know the truth? No one's looking for it. There are things that I've wanted to watch and I couldn't figure out where it was. Like I'll use YouTube TV. Like if I want to watch a football game, I think the Rose Bowl was on. Things like that. I go searching for it. No one knows the names of these teams. No one knows the names of the players except for the ones that whine the most, or the ones that can't follow laws in other countries and get locked up. And then we've got to trade, people who have done horrible things, genocide or mass murder, so that they can come back because they can't go 2 seconds without smoking up. And so even though they hate Americas, but they need when they needed us to bail them out, oh, please, America, please, please, please help me. And this is the hypocrisy of them. But on the other hand, nobody knows who you are. I saw Las Vegas on there. I don't know what the team is. I don't care. When I look at these women, I see very butch, masculine, they just don't reek of anything I want to be. I want to see. I want my daughters to be. My daughters don't care. No one wants to see them play, and they're terrible. They can barely make shots, easy shots, layups. They're not competitive. It's like they're on, they're just phoning it home. Like they just aren't as good as the NBA. So why would somebody want to watch this mediocre war?
She ain't even got deep into her conversation. I had to pause because is there anything that she's saying that y'all feel is wrong? I got a lot more females on Instagram than I do on any of the things, so that's why I'm starting to see that I need to go get females' inputs to some of these subjects, and especially WNBA. Anything that she say wrong, these tough masculine women, and notice that none of these tough masculine women has ever been the face of the WNBA. Every face of the WNBA has been some cute, beautiful woman. Candace Parker, Maya Moore, Cheryl Swoops, Lisa Ray. Women, beautiful women. Sorry about that. Not to say old girl from that was actually talking that y'all didn't get to see ain't beautiful, because she's beautiful, but she's married.
Timu Wish version of the NBA. And there are things they could do to be more competitive, to be more attractive to an audience. And yes, the physical attractiveness counts. When you all look like truck drivers, butch truck drivers, or burly men, it's just not no one wants to see this overall. You have put yourself down to a niche audience, very, very niche. And yes, the word niche is pronounced niche. It can be pronounced niche or niche, but the original pronunciation is actually niche. So some people try to correct me. I just have to fix that up there, darling. Okay, women always have to be right. But I just, in the delude, you see how she just projected, because they can't find it. Who is looking for you? Let's just start there. No one cares. Even your own mother, she probably doesn't even really want to watch your games. She just saying, well, honey, I can't figure it out. I don't know. And then she goes back to watching the Home Shopping Network. Even she probably doesn't want to watch and participate in what's going on over there because it's boring.
You can't blame men for lack of viewership. And speaking of viewership in these streaming platforms, the WNBA even...
I think we all sit up here and we make videos, and I should have been more exclusive about what I was going to put into shows. I probably would have a lot more viewers. But yet again, I think I'm going to go redo this. But yet again, in the WNBA, when you see these highlights and you see that what's going on, you just want them to know, hey, do they watch these videos? Do they watch other videos that people put out about the WNBA, about why you don't like them or why you do like them? That's another question. Because there are countless videos of people putting out there what they do and they don't like. It's like they only like to look at videos that says positive things about the NBA, not things that we make to criticize them. Like, hey, can y'all get better at doing this? This is old girl who she was talking about, which is pretty cute and like, don't get it twisted. She is cute, but she's married and stuff like that. Now, she can be one of the faces of the WNBA, but do they choose to or choose not to? That's another question that you have to ask yourself. And then, yet again, if you're going to make her the face, you know, you got to pay her top dollars. And she's probably going to advocate for it just so she doesn't make top dollars. She's going to say, we all need to make top dollars and bite herself in the foot. And you go through stuff like that. And people go through that. You know what I'm saying? We're not all smart. It's not like we all got agents and stuff like that to say, like, hey, this is why. But y'all seeing the highlight reel behind me or on the side of me of how bad it looks. Y'all just see how bad it looks. Y'all see how bad an NBA game. Y'all cannot name no WNBA player. I just named some, but I guarantee that y'all can't name none. Unless, I believe the only way you can name a team is if she's cute or if she's in your city and your city has actually won a championship. If your city won a championship, you're naming people in your city. You name people. She plays for the Las Vegas Whites College. I know her. I freaking follow her. That's crazy. Hold on. Pause. That's sad. That's how sad this is. That's how sad this is. And she paused, and I'm saying pause because I want to try to go back to hearing her talk. I follow her just because I'm in Vegas and I follow the Aces, and Aces have won 2 championships, but I can't even tell you her name. I'm not even finna sit up here and lie to you. I can't tell you her name. Okay? I know I think she's the reason why one of a decent football player on my Raiders team got traded because they didn't want their wedding announced, and it got announced. But yet again, I'm saying this because she has a type of face like if her wedding would have got announced at the WNBA, it would have been, man, it would have been magical. That's what we wanted to see in the WNBA. She just don't know that she could have turned heads. There's a wedding, a WNBA wedding, something that ain't been really announced, you know what I'm saying? Some outside of the WNBA to bring people into the WNBA that didn't know nothing about the WNBA. A headliner. Promotion. Now, I'm sitting up here talking shit like I know how to promote, like I got tens of thousands of followers and stuff like that, and I don't. You know what I'm saying? But I know that would have helped me tune into the WNBA a little bit more. I know the only reason I started watching the WNBA out here in Las Vegas because, for one, I'm into basketball. 2, is women. 3, Aces is a cool-ass name. That's about it. Oh. And yes, in the last 2 years, they have won championships. They have an opportunity to do it again because they bringing their same team back. But they know they're going to have people looking at them. But yet again, and I keep saying yet again because there's a lot of things to add on to it, and I'm going to fast forward a little bit so she can add on the rest. And I think it's about right there where she adds on the rest. Because I lost where I was. I lost it. I'm sorry. Well, I'm going to let her finish.
Go out and work and earn their money, and people who refuse to accept reality and want a check handed to them just because they exist. But we see this with women. You don't hear men complaining in the same way. You don't hear men complaining in the same way when there's a disparity of perceived income in the jobs they do. You don't hear them complain. They just figure, you know what? I have to do a better job. I have to work, or I need to change careers. No one told you to join the WNBA. No one's forcing you to be there. You could have developed other skills to do something else. It is not It is not a profitable place to be, but yet you refuse to make that jump because this is your dream, and we've got to support your dream. Everyone has to support your dream, and if you don't, it's unfair, and I have to demand more. No, like the rest of us, when our dreams don't work out, when the thing we want to do doesn't pay what we want, we have to become adults, grow up, and go do something else. It's like they have just one track, and even in the way they dress, like she's wearing this. I mean, it looks like a body vest bra, sports bra, that's flattening her out, hair not done, wearing this unflattering shirt. It's like they never can come out of this very tomboy, I don't even say tomboy, very butch mode that is unattractive. They don't even try to appeal to an audience. They just say, accept me as I am, and anything else, oh, you're misogynist, you don't support, you're this, that, and the other. When women are the main ones that do not care about what you're doing, learn to appeal to your audience. You're blaming the customer for not wanting what you're selling. And also you're blaming, saying, well, they've had a head start, which is part of the patriarchy argument and feminist argument in disguise, where you've had a head start, so is this, that, and the other, and give us another 75 years, and then we'll be just like the NBA, even though we're demanding the same rights and pay that they have right now. We don't want to wait 75 years to actually develop a good league. We don't want any input. We don't want to change. Take me as I am. I bring nothing to the table, but you must accept me.
Now, so I don't get all that discretion on people's videos and stuff like that. Y'all heard that from a woman, actually a pretty woman at that too. So what you got to say now? What do people got to say now that you hearing this coming from a woman and be like, okay, she said it. She said it. She's on her game. And that's one reason why I had to bring this video up, because I was like, what? How many people is hearing this? How many people is hearing this? All right. Now, why all of a sudden I can't find this, man? Because I seen I'm just gonna put it in. Ooh, yep. I had to find this because, dog, everybody's talking about this right here. And so, before everybody get to talk about it, before they get to talk about it, let us talk about it. Let us break it down. Anybody? Cat Williams put out Cedric the Entertainer on some personal jokes and stuff like that. Had Cedric the Entertainer saying like, hey man, I don't know what you're talking about, man. I don't know what you're talking about. And see, this is what I'm starting to learn, and I want to figure out, and I'm trying to see who I want to branch out to, because Shay got the Shay Room, Shay got the nightcap with the fellas. I want to branch out and do more. I'm looking for some groups and other people to really get into this podcast and business. But I really seem like I got some scary figures, some scary people around me, or some people that's not willing to go the extra mile. And I'm like, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So let's get into this.
Some Kirk Franklin pranks. This is the reckoning. 2024.
All my life, the
grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the dice. That's why all my life I've been grinding all my life. Yeah, all my life, been grinding all my life. Sacrifice, hustle paid the price. Want a slice, got to roll the.
How the fuck much money you think he paid for that? Come on, dog. That's Nipsey Hussle, dog. Not to say that Nipsey Hussle was like all of that or whatever. However you want to put him on your horse, you do what you do. But yet again, he playing that like what? He got a. I know it's okay. All right. Okay. I know what I want for my I know what I want for my intro. I know what I want for my intro. Okay. We're gonna cut into this so I don't get all that copywritten shit.
Off-road, you take this and he what? So Ricky Smiley knows this, and I don't know why he would lose a child and come on the air and start lying. That's why people believe in rituals right there. It's because, well, why would he lie? I don't know why liars lie, but I can tell you this. We auditioned in Los Angeles.
Yes.
I was audition number 201. 200 black comedians auditioned for the role of Money Mike with me. You're saying all 201 of us was auditioning and you had already had the role and had already shot the role in 4 days? The truth of the matter is, the Money Mike in the original script got raped in the bathroom, and that's what Ricky Smiley was okay with. Cat Williams had to take the risk in front of the studios and the cast and our powers that be in his very first movie and say respectfully, humbly, guys, if we're talking about anything else, I have no credibility and I have no pull. But we're talking about comedy,
right,
where I have all the credibility and all the pull. The problem with Friday After Next is we're trying to make a classic comedy. And this comedy involves a rape. And rape is never funny, no matter who it happens to or what the circumstances are. If you would allow me to allow us to do this movie without a black man getting raped in it, I promise you that it will be twice as funny as it would be with him getting raped. So considering that's the real story, why would you bring up that story? 35 members of the cast and crew have never brought up that Ricky Smiley was gonna play Money Mike. No one ever saw me put on a Santa Claus suit. We got a wardrobe department. They made a Santa Claus suit for me. Why that wasn't in the bloopers? Why? And here's the other thing. Everything that Money Mike said, Cat Williams wrote. So what Ricky Smiley say on his? You can't say my lines, I wrote them. That's how I already know that I'm gonna be funnier than you.
Hey, when it comes to Cat, boy, that boy be putting out the truth. One of the people's hardest people in this game to do it how he do, to put it down how he put it down. You never know what risk you have to take. You never know what sacrifices they put in front of you, but to stand up for the things that you believe in, those are the real people that you need to look at and be like, okay. The people that made the hard sacrifices, that took the small paychecks because they knew this was going to be doing the right thing. That's what I'm talking about, bros. That's what I be wanting to see in y'all. On me, I promise you. That's what I be wanting to see. If y'all don't see stuff like that, then I'm sorry. I apologize. But I promise you, that's the stuff that I be trying to see. And then the point is, I'm glad that he's saying it. He was like, out of all the bloopers, out of all the people that had a chance to put their stories out and put a good, hey, you didn't know this happened. Nobody never said that man's name, not one time. I love it. And we're not going to get too deep into it. Like I said, I don't want copyrights, and they was up here for 2 hours. Oh, no. I was just trying to see where I can find, and I don't know where that's at either.
What he told everybody was Cat Williams, and don't nobody know who he is. I'm on the radio. I'm with Steve and Said. Everybody know me. That's what he told everybody that would listen to on the set. That's the truth of the matter. He was so egregious, not now, then. He was so egregious that, and Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Ricky Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Ricky Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Cat?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
So that's why, because when we released that clip and he said that, you responded because he said he was supposed to play Money Mike and you were supposed to play Santa Claus.
An outright lie.
So
that he knows is a lie.
So why would he say it?
Because he's a liar. Nobody knows why liars lie. And that's why I had to come on the program. Cedric did the same thing. Cedric told you when you asked him, did you steal Cat Williams' joke? Yeah. He said, it don't lie.
We didn't have to go far to get into the juices. That's what I'm talking about. We didn't have to go far to get into the juices. I'm sorry everybody that's got to miss this. I'm going to have to say I'm going to have to break this down. Oh, yeah. Woo! Oh, yeah. Y'all going to talk like, hey. I'm going to have to restructure this down.
Line up. How it don't line up that I did it on TV in 2018? You came to see me at the Comedy Store do it in 2019 and then did it on the Kings of Comedy. Like, what doesn't line up? This is a televised joke that Mark Curry helped me punch up and get to the level that it was. The same Steve that went to go watch Mark Curry do his whole sitcom and then stole everything Mark Curry had. Now Steve got a sitcom where he the principal and he wear a suit and then he gets this high top fade, making all black men think he got the best lineup in the business. And it's a man unit. Then you ask it, why you not a movie star? I didn't want to be a movie star. This the same Negro that hated on Bernie with this same thing. I didn't want to be a movie star. No, you couldn't be a movie star. There are 30,000 new scripts in Hollywood every year. Not one of them asks for a country bumpkin black dude that can't talk good, baby, and look like Mr. Potato Head. There ain't none. You would have to have range. I played a lot of characters, 60 movie roles. I'm not playing Cat Williams in there.
I don't know, Cat. We might not let you drink anymore the way I mean, we ain't even got.
I'm not fueled by alcohol. I've had a sip, less than you.
It's our phone bill. We pay for things that we don't need.
That's a bit dramatic.
This might be too real for y'all. This might be too real for y'all. Look at the star. Look at the star down. Y'all not ready for that stare down like that. Y'all not ready for no stare down like that. That stare down is a stare down. Woo! Y'all missing it. Y'all missing it. Y'all missing it. Everybody missing it. Yeah. When y'all hear about this, y'all gonna be like, hey, I was already covering it. It's already went down.
The truth don't need motivation. I'm just saying I can't let these dudes lie. Cedric's sitting here telling you why he ain't a movie star. He over here look like a walrus. You didn't say nothing. He can't even get his arms off his stomach sitting over here. Why I'm not a movie star. What?
It's a situation.
He never wrote anything. Remember, when Cedric the Entertainer starts, he's supposed to be singing, dancing, and telling jokes. That's why he's called the Entertainer.
Right.
We found out he can't sing, can't dance, and doesn't
He's
write
doing an album.
jokes. He did 4 comedy specials. They're so bad, Shannon, they're not available on Netflix or Tubi. Can I say that again for the audience? They're so bad that they're not available on Netflix or Tubi.
You don't think Sam's a good comedian?
The world doesn't think that, sir. I have 12 comedy specials. He has 4 specials that are not available on Netflix or Tubi.
It seems to me, Cat, that you had a lot to get off your chest.
No.
You wanted to set the record straight.
Winners are not allowed to allow losers to rewrite history. I don't say any of these things if my name is not breached by these people on your platform. If you give a liar a platform to lie, then I'm not being messy by saying, hold on, that never happened, it's untrue, and there are hundreds of witnesses for each thing I'm saying.
So let me ask you this. What is your relationship with Steve Harvey, Ricky Smiley, and Cedric the Entertainer as you sit here currently?
For 30 years, they're a group. These aren't 3 random guys. The way that Ricky Smiley kept appearing at all of my auditions is because of Steven said he would tell anybody that, listen, they got a gang on that side. They know what it is. They know who the gang is. Why Earthquake not in movies? 'Cause he's illiterate. He can't read. And they found that out when they gave him a show and put the cards in front of him. Like, all of these dudes are co-entwined and they share secrets. And this is the age of truth. And the truth doesn't need to be scared of the fact that people tell lies.
Hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. Cat Williams been doing this for a long time in this world, in this stance like this, and y'all sleeping on a giant, somebody who's really out here, who's really transforming the game. But I understand y'all gonna get the little clips. People gonna be cutting up clips like, "Hey, did you see this?" All in their TikTok. So I know you're gonna get this in TikTok, but y'all not gonna get the full formality of this. Some of y'all gonna have to sit down and watch this and then y'all not gonna do your research. Y'all gonna sit this and have a good laugh. And I'm like sitting at this and I'm thinking about these stories, thinking about these times, thinking about these movies, thinking about these subjects that this man is bringing to it. Man, there's a lot of good things that we said was good. There's a lot of good things, you know what I'm saying, that was put out to probably just got you through a time and a position and a mindset in your life when you were just like, hey man, I was going through this, I was going through that, and somebody got you through something. And I feel that, and I do, and I have no argument when people trying to get you through something. But yet again, when these truths and these facts be hitting y'all and smacking y'all, bruh, I think these are things that you had to take notes and take accountability for. Be like, okay, well, this is what maybe I got to do. And I'm in the same boat. I'm no different than nobody. So talking to this camera is like talking to myself. Okay? So I don't never want nobody to watch my show and say, well, I'm feeling some type of way because, Michael, you said this. Well, when I talk, it's like talking to myself because I have to understand that I'm talking to an audience, but understand that I have to feel like I have to talk to myself to make sure that I make sense to other people. Yeah, okay. And for a man to go on a show and put out that, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Like I said, I do believe, and remember what I said a long time ago, that the industry is maybe slacking or lacking what's going on, and there's no headline. So therefore, people putting out these things to make headline, not knowing what the outcome. They just like, look, I'm gonna put this outcome out here and roll with it. You know, it's gonna be somebody saying something. And if that's the case, then okay, then yeah, we got something here. We got something here. We can make something pop. But other than that, we need more truth. We need more accountability, more standability for what we stand for. What do America stand for? Why it seem like we stand for, and Cat Williams stand on his own, stand for him, stand for his kids, and I do understand that, and that's beautiful. But if every American can stand for that, if you can stand for that, we can all stand for that, and we winning. I like how this. I'm finna switch subjects on you guys real quick. I just like how this sound. It says jail cell or Oval Office. It had a good headline for me. It had a very good headline.
And that is here whether you like it or not. Indeed, last night we had the reports from Iowa, where the caucus is now just 12 days away. Can you believe that? And tonight, right now, we begin with how the Biden White House and campaign is leaning into this unavoidably political month. The president taking his re-election message to Pennsylvania. That's a key state he won. And the symbolism of George Washington's leadership at what you see on your screen, Valley Forge. Now, Washington is touted for setting a standard for democracy, walking away from power after those 2 terms. Biden will draw a contrast to Trump on that score. Trump being the election loser who tried to steal the race, compared to Washington, who was making news in his day with what was described then as, you see here, the resignation of George Washington Esquire of his situation as President of the United States of America. Now, that was a time of kingdoms, so it was a big deal that Washington resisted, as this paper put it, the solicitations of his friends to continue in office, a selfless act that they reported concluded a life of honor and glory. They wrote different back then. Biden is going to argue that Trump is the literal opposite and make that argument directly. Indeed, this first campaign speech will be on January 6th itself, marking the anniversary of the insurrection. The Biden campaign says they are running like the fate of our democracy.
Boy, if that ain't motherfucking smart. Didn't I said this earlier today. When it comes to putting out speeches and you doing something strategically and you want to have dates, you pick dates, them tragic dates. And this nigga putting January 6th to make a speech so people can weep and cry, and he can cry all about, okay, something that he ain't even guilty of. Okay.
It depends on it because it does. And that may well be true. There is strong factual evidence that Trump tried to steal the race, stage a coup, and if elected would pardon seditionists and would try to do it again. In fact, we report on those facts around here. But if you step outside of Biden's brain trust in certain Democratic circles, there are other views on the matter of the politics of this, that Biden should also make sure to lead on the economic and populist issues facing voters, that effective campaigns tend to look forward, and also the critique that it was Democrats who used to object to politicians who tried to seize on national security threats or an anniversary like, say, 9/11 to score political points. If you go all the way back to those mission accomplished days, well, top Democrats were saying it was outrageous when George W. Bush did things like that, for example. Now, the argument is not that the events are similar or that Biden is Bush, but rather that leading so clearly with January 6, 2021 may not always land with voters concerned about 2025. And that Biden, who's proven to be an earnest and empathetic politician, very few honest people would disagree with that and the way he's shared his own difficult life story with the country, that even still he will need an energetic and balanced message in these months ahead.
He gonna need something. That man gonna need something. Joe Biden is in one of the most stickiest places I have ever seen a person be sticky in my life. What up, though? Joe Biden is in one sticky ass person. I don't know. To all of a sudden have the country fall in love with you, to the country hating you, and then a war break out and you say one-liners and, you know, half your platoon gets taken away. Everybody hates you. There's rioting in the streets because of a war going on. I don't know. Now, Joe Biden gonna make this speech January 6th. You know it's gonna be like early in the morning. Nobody's gonna care. Nobody's gonna care. I mean, we're gonna tune in to do our jobs, to report on it because it's Biden and people are gonna want to hear what the country's out. But you know, most people are gonna want to hear the TikTok version. Just saying. I don't know how much more we can take of this and scrutiny of much of this down forwarding spiral that we're heading in. I really don't know, guys. You know what I'm saying? We want to stand up. We want to believe in something, but then, you know, a lot of things are getting shot at, or a lot of things are getting taken unaccountable for that's going on. What the hell is we waiting for? Times is getting scarier with a year just beginning. That's kind of sad to say, dog. And I don't know if it was going to be like a good or bad type of situation or something.
My name is Dana Belfi, and my husband and I own...
Good or bad situation to be looking into them. But you can honestly say, you honestly know, you know and I know there are going to be some crazy things coming up. Okay? So, we do got to pay attention to it. We do gotta watch it. Hope that it's okay. All right. I'm just saying, y'all. We gotta be careful. We gotta really, really learn how to play chess. If you've been playing checkers in life, you really gotta learn how to start playing checkers. You really gotta learn how to start playing chess. It's nothing else to it. I hope that we finally can see that we have come to the time where better times, better days, everybody's growing. You know what I'm saying? I hope we don't make it to where you too trapped in your house to where you don't want to go outside, where you too scared to go anywhere. I know it's looking like times are coming to that situation where what everybody can do, what you can or cannot do. But yet again, I do hope that we do take the time out and make it able for us to get out the house, do enjoy the outside scenery. It is beautiful. I also had light rain out here in Las Vegas with a little bit of rainbow, so there is a little bit of hope for all of us You just gotta put your hands together. I promise you, it can happen. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your boy Capiche. It's been one hell of a show. I appreciate your boy, you ladies and gentlemen, coming in and chilling with me. Until next time, 2 fingers up. I love you so much. Peace.